Here's why Chad Gable should walk out of King and Queen of the Ring on May 25th in Saudi Arabia as Intercontinental Champion. And it's a pretty simple reason, it's a pretty basic reason. What he's been doing to his number one guy, Otis, what he's been doing to Akira Tozawa, what he's been doing to Maxine Dupree. Yes, it's underhanded behavior, it's quote-unquote bullying as a character, of course, on a TV script. But all of this needs to be, at least for his character and for this story to work, it needs to be validated. Chad Gable needs to get to the top of that mountain, to the top of his mountain, finally reach that pinnacle, become Intercontinental Champion, and he can do that without hurting Sami Zayn. He can pin Big Bronson Reed in that triple threat match and walk out Intercontinental Champion, and that could give us a rivalry for the ages. Back and forth matches between Sami Zayn and Chad Gable. Simply put, this brand new heel character from Chad Gable is just starting. It's just beginning to have some legs to it. And the worst thing you can do is to cut him off at this moment in time. And we just came back. We just got away from the longest championship reign in the title's history with Gunther. And we got babyface Sami Zayn as champion. And this is just from my point of view. Were WWE to give Sami Zayn a long championship reign with the IC title, to me, it'd be too similar to what they would be doing on SmackDown. Cody Rhodes needs to hold on to that championship for a long time. Sami Zayn, not so much. And again, we go back to the ups and downs, to the twists and turns stories need. And eventually, yes, Sami Zayn could get that title back. But for right now, I honestly don't see any other heel capable of dethroning Sami Zayn for that Intercontinental Championship and giving him a run for his money. Big Bronson Reed, fantastic. Down the line. Let's give him the championship down the line. If it were up to me, and again, this is just me fantasy booking, I'll take whatever they give me, and if it's entertaining, I'll be happy with it. But for me, Chad Gable walks out of Saudi Arabia as Intercontinental Champion. At some points, maybe Sami Zayn recovers it. Maybe he doesn't. Or we go back to the story we had about year and a half ago, which is the one where Sheamus has never become Intercontinental Champion. And we get the championship on Sheamus, and then we get Sheamus versus Big Bronson Reed for the Intercontinental Championship during the fall, October, November, Survivor Series, all of that. But for right now, the heel persona, the sheer magnetism that Chad Gable has been able to convey on TV, what he's doing is generating sympathy for Otis, sympathy for Tozawa, sympathy for Maxine Dupree. And from my point of view, from my perspective, if Chad Gable were to go to Saudi Arabia and not win the Intercontinental Championship, again, he can steal it, doesn't matter, as long as he walks out with the gold. If he were not to accomplish that, then there is really no reason for anybody else in the Alpha Academy to stick around, to accept this kind of behavior from Coach Gable. So again, it all comes down to making characters, making plot twists count. Otherwise, we just got Chad Gable turning heel. He lost to Sami Zayn. He lost a triple threat match. He's incapable of winning matches, which is, again, it's a normal trope for heel characters in WWE. But eventually, we're going to get to a random, unimportant feud rivalry between Chad Gable and Otis that's going to lead nowhere. And trust me, if we get to that, and it's the same heel character in Chad Gable, that's going to be a lot less effective than making him a heel champion right now. He eventually loses the championship, rightfully so, because they always get their comeuppance. That's just how it goes when it comes to stories. And then we get the Alpha Academy abandoning Chad Gable, like they should. But in the meantime, let's give Chad Gable some momentum. Let's give him the championship, see what he does with it, see what his character work is like when he carries that title around. But I don't know. Those are just my simple thoughts. Might happen, it might not. Again, the triple threat match in Saudi Arabia opens it up for a lot of possibilities, in fact. So with that said, what are your thoughts? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Who do you think is walking out of King and Queen of the Ring in Saudi Arabia as Intercontinental Champion? Leave it in the comment section below. With that said, I'm Alexis Carrillo. This has been Wrestling Talk, and I'll see you next time.